Well, hey, handy people, Dan here. Hey, man, it's cold out and it's snowing, and we got a lot of snow. So I got the drive wheel in for the. It's like a clutch wheel. It's a steel wheel with a rubber like tread on it. That is used. A friction reel, I guess, is the proper name. Anyways, that's used to motivate this machine that's in the back here, and I'm about to get fixing it. So come on along. Yeah, this is my Toro mower, and I got her turned upside down, and she's leaking a little bit of gas fumes, but not too bad. I'm going to take off these 4 7/16 bolts that are on the bottom plate, and yeah, we'll get access. Well, with the bottom plate removed, this is the wheel that I'm going to change, this guy right here, and he spins on this plate here. And he's wore down pretty good, and that happened because a mouse had gotten into my gearbox and made a nest with a washcloth that was in my shed. I used as a rag, and basically it locked the gearbox up. We tried to start it up, ran it for a minute or two, and finally stopped it. Well, when I opened this gearbox up, there was a big old wad of black, like, crumbs all on this drive wheel, a big wad of them. I think we wore all the rubber off the drive wheel. So I got a new drive wheel. I'll show you that in a second. Let me show you one other thing. I set this thing up. I lean it against my garbage can. And when I do that, I take the gas tank, the fuel line, and I turn it off. There's a small fuel knob right here that I turn clockwise all the way down, and that keeps gas from leaking. I smell a little gas, but that's coming out of the carburetor end, and there, I don't think you can do much about that. So beware, they'll have a little gas leakage, but nothing, you know, that I'm too concerned about. I got a fire extinguisher here in the shop. So, all right, next up, I'm gonna I'll get out the new wheel and get this guy off. Well, the new wheel came in. It's real nice. I believe it's the correct one. I'll hold it up there in a second. And I just wanted to share with you, these are the guys I got it from. Bought it off eBay, and I think it's called Carts and Parts. And they shipped it to me, and it was like 42 bucks shipped, so not too bad. Hopefully it'll work and my blower will blow. A quick eyeball of things, and it looks like I got the correct wheel. So I do note the thickness of this rubber is a lot thicker than the rubber there, so I gotta believe this is gonna help a lot. Next up, I've got to take this nut off, and I'm going to put something as a counter hold on this shaft, because that nut and that shaft, I gotta hold that shaft still while I pull this off. Okay, I got the nut off. That was a 5/8, and then I put a 5/8 on this shaft, which holds it, which is good. And next I have to get this off the shaft, which appears like it shouldn't be any big deal that I can tell. I just gotta kind of manipulate it. So I'll use some small pry bars and pry it off there. Well, I was able to get it off with 2 screwdrivers, kind of prying it back and forth. But note that there is a keyway on the shaft. I don't know if you can see it real good there, but you can sure see it here. And that keyway is important. So next up, I have to take this keyed portion off and change out the drive wheel, the friction wheel. I used an impact to pull off the 4 screws off this hub. And you can see what a difference in that friction wheel there is. I mean, this one has obviously seen better days. I'm anxious to get this one on, drive this thing. Note that the the screws screw in. This friction wheel has a cup face and a flat face. The cup face is the direction is the screws mount, and this is flush on the cup face and sticks out. So the screws actually stick out next to this on this portion. So that's kind of important to recognize and know. Okay, I got the nuts, the bolts all secured on that flange shaft, and note that you fit this thing in this way. It came out this way underneath this shaft, and it'll go back in that way. I need 2 hands to do it, or I'd show you. Using a small hammer and a screwdriver, I'll show you the orientation. I used a screwdriver and I tapped it like that, and I rotated this a little at a time, and then finally it just popped right on. So now I'm going to put that nut back on, and then the cover, and we're in business. Hey folks, thanks so much for watching. I hope this video you found useful, and please like, share, and subscribe.